गुरुवे गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय सदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। अनर्पितं चरिं चिरात् कारुण्यवतीं कलौ समर्पयितुम् उन्नतजरसं स्वभक्ति श्रियम् हरिपुरसुन्दरदुति कदम्ब सन्दीपितः सदा हृदय कन्दरेषु स्फुरितो वै सचिनन्दना त्यक्त्वा सुदुस्तज्य सुरेक्षराजलक्ष्मी धर्म इष्टारे वक्षस्य यदगादरण्यम् मायामृगं दैत्यप्सपतन्धावद् वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दम् आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाम्य दिव्य छवि सुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य नमो नमस्ते। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्ष्ये क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। ओके, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Other day we were hearing the glories of Shiva's Thakur. We heard some of the pastimes of Shiva's Thakur, but there's so much more glories, and we ended up hearing the complete pastimes. So just in the continuation of what I was saying earlier, Shiva's Pandit is so much significant. I mean, so close associate of Mahaprabhu that most of the pastimes of Mahaprabhu in Navdeep Leela happened in the house of Shiva's Thakur. Therefore, what we hear is there are four places where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always resides. One, the house of Sachi Mata, where Sachi Mata, she cooks for Mahaprabhu, she takes care of Nimai, and so many more sweet pastimes happen in the courtyard of Sachi Mata. And where it is? Yogpit Mayapur. Therefore, in Navdeep Parikrama, when we go and visit this birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Yogpit, some devotees they try to get one grain from the kitchen of Sachi Mata. It's known as kitchen of Sachi Mata. Or if you don't get any grain, just one dust of sand from under that tree where Mahaprabhu got birth. And if you go there, you will see everyone wants to get some dust, some sand, and they just taking and filling their bags. So devotees, they have to, those who stay there, they have to get some sand and put on that tree to cover up. Otherwise, it becomes a big hole. Everyone is taking something. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always stay in the house of Sachi Mata. And simultaneously Mahaprabhu always stays where? Where Sri Raghav Pandit and his sister, they're cooking for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Keeping so much purity and cleanliness is mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. That when he takes the plate and offering to Mahaprabhu, he first clean everything, even the threshold, even the walls, everything. Yeah. Raghav Jhali. So Mahaprabhu always eating in the house of Sri Raghav Pandit. Third place is where Sri Nitan Prabhu uh, performing Sankirtan or dancing. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always come and uh, dance with Sri Nityanand Prabhu. This is third place. And the fourth place is where Shivas Pandit, in the house of Shivas Pandit. So many pastimes took place there. There was one maid servant of Shivas Pandit. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj Ji used to say this. One maid servant of Shivas Pandit, her name was Dukhi. You know the meaning Dukhi? Dukhi means one who is always sad. Mahaprabhu, with all his associates, with the door lock, they perform Sankirtan day and night. That's why the Kutya of Shivas Pandit is known as Nitya Rasthali Shivas Sangam Ki Jai. Rasthali. As Krishna always very fond of Ras, and he performed Ras Leela, the of Jammu. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also on the bank of Ganga, where the house of Shivas Pandit is situated, Mahaprabhu always performing Sankirtan there. So, whole night, Mahaprabhu is performing Sankirtan, sometimes whole day. There is no time barriers. And outside the courtyard, there used to be some earthen pots full of Ganga water. And a maid servant of Shivas Pandit, her name is Dukhi, she was filling those pots with water. Because devotees, they're drinking water, they're doing Sankirtan for hours and hours, so they need some water. So once upon a time, Mahaprabhu asked, when he drank water, he asked Shivas, who is filling those pots? This pot. Shivas Pandit said, oh, one of our maid servant, she is filling these pots all the time. Mahaprabhu was so pleased to hear this because she don't want to get acknowledged. She never asked Shivas Pandit that, oh, may I know what's happening inside? Can I go inside and see? Can I go inside and see how Mahaprabhu is dancing? How associates are dancing? No, her mood is just service mode. Ahetuki prem. There is no hetu, there is no condition in that. Her mood is only to serve. Yeah. And this is a big problem. What's the problem for some devotees? Even they have good heart, they want to serve, but they also want to get famous. They also want to get acknowledged by everyone. At least someone should acknowledge me. Someone should know I'm the best, and they will all later come and say, "Oh, you did a great job." Dukhi Her name was Dukhi, and her only job is to fill the water so that I only want to serve the associates of Lord who are participating in Kirtan, giving pleasure to my Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu asked Shivas, what is her name? Shivas Pandit said, her name is Dukhi. Mahaprabhu said, Dukhi means one who is always sad. Mahaprabhu said, no, that's not true. Change her name. Her name should be Sukhi, one who is always happy and blissful. Where is happiness and bliss? Always in the service mood. Understand? Those who have this mood, they can understand this. What is happiness and bliss there? To serve one's worshipable Guru and Krishna. And for that, one has to tolerate so much. Many criticisms, many blames, many glorifications. But even after being so much, one has to just go ahead with the services. Many people will like you, many people will not like you. So just by thinking someone like me or someone don't like me, I'm supposed to give up my service? No. Sevak means one who is always, in all circumstances, favorable or unfavorable, always engaged in service. So there is, even though there is some sacrifice, but that sacrifice develops love with one's worshipable. Without even getting any acknowledgement, adorations, etc. Just try to love your worshipable. Even though people will not acknowledge you, even people will not give you some words of glorification, or even if they find faults in you. But something is going to happen. Very important is developing that internal Gurudev and Krishna. There were so many devotees of Gurudev. They used to serve him. So many associates of Prabhupada just wanted to serve him without getting acknowledged in the society. That's why I very often say acharyas behind the scenes. They were not in the front line, they were always behind the scenes. They never got so much famous and known. But Krishna makes what in return after performing those selfless service to their Gurudev Srila Prabhupada? What they got in return? Their love for their Prabhupada, which is most important, more than getting adoration. Doing everything, but not coming in front, always in the back. Try this. You will feel the love for your Gurudev and for your. If it is not spontaneous, this is called selfless service. Selfless. And what will happen? Mahaprabhu will get pleased by this. Mahaprabhu will get pleased by this. So, Mahaprabhu gave her name Sukhi. She is happy and blissful because she's always and always serving the Vaishnavas. Chhadiya Vaishnav Seva Nistar Peche Keva. The verse says, who in the history got deliverance or bhakti without serving Vaishnavas? Yes, there's bad internet. What can I do? There's voice in and out, I understand, but I have no option. So, Sukhi, that was her name. Also, she never ever asked for getting entrance into that uh, inner quarters of Mahaprabhu where he's dancing to see, to at least enjoy what's happening inside. But there was one Brahmin called Dugdhapai Brahmin who never ever performed any sin in his life, was very pure. He approached Shivas Pandit saying that I only drink milk and I've never ate grains in my life. Shivas Pandit approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying that there is one Brahmin, he's Nishpap. Nishpap means sinless. Oh, everything is less, huh? Merciless, priceless, helpless, and there are many other words. Sinless means he never ever performs in his life because he's only surviving on drink, uh, always surviving on drinking milk. He never took grain in his life. By hearing this, Mahaprabhu became upset. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, only by drinking milk, only just by drinking milk, is it that he has performed bhakti? No. Just by drinking milk, it's not called bhakti. If it is like this, then babies, they always survive on milk. So during that period when they are only surviving on milk, that means they're doing bhakti. No. What is bhakti? Anukulena Krishna Anushilanam. When there is Anushilanam, means endeavors, efforts to please one's worshipable with favorable mood. So he was only concentrating on his drinking milk, but he never showed any example of service. Whereas that maid servant called Dukhi, even not so much knowledge, but she was always engaged in the service of the Vaishnavas. So it is service which is more important. Service connects us to our object of worship. Only service. Shri Narottam Thakur, just by serving his Guru Maharaj, Shri Loknath Goswami, without even informing that I am cleaning, he felt that connectivity. He felt that connection. As a result, Shri Loknath Goswami was denying him for initiation, but then he accepted him and gave him initiation. So much potency is there in that service mood. Without service, what is the use of our life? Without service, there is no use of the life. Service, develop love. Service, develop bhakti. Service, develop that connection. Even if my Gurudev is seeing this or not seeing this, but I'm doing my best, Krishna is seeing everything. Mahaprabhu is acknowledging everything. Try doing this, and you will feel so much. But most of the people in the world, uh, they want this. I should get acknowledged by everyone. So of course they get acknowledged. Of course they also get some blessings. Of course they get some name. The connection, the close proximity with one's worshipable cannot establish this. Cannot establish. So this is the formula. I often say this. Love means sacrifice. Uh, Sacrifice make that love more condensed. So the comparison of this Brahmin, even Brahmin here only, but where is the service mood? No service mood. But Dukhi always serving Vaishnavas. Therefore, because of that service, he felt connectivity. She felt connectivity with Mahaprabhu. Sorry. In the house of Shivas Pandit, Mahaprabhu manifested his Mahabhav Prakash. Mahaprabhu is giving this prema. When Mukunda came, Mahaprabhu said, "Hey, beta, khade here." Mukunda, he has no stand. If he goes to Mayavadis, he starts glorifying Mayavad. If he goes to Vaishnav, he starts glorifying Vaishnavism. So he's not fixed, not qualified for prema. Everyone was worried. Mukunda started crying. Mahaprabhu, when will I get prema? And after millions of births, after million of births, and Mukunda started dancing in ecstasy. Wow, wow. And everyone, so strange. And when it was been asked to him why you start dancing, he said, because this has become confirmed. When Mahaprabhu said you get prema after million of births means this is confirmed. One day I will get this. I'll wait for that day. In the house of Shivas Pandit, when Mahaprabhu was manifesting this prema, he denied giving to his own mother, Sachi Mata, because Mahaprabhu recalled she offended Advaitacharya. When she Advaitacharya Prabhu, speaking on Shrimad Bhagavatam, the real purport of Bhagavatam is not that after Bhagavatam I get money or uh, after Bhagavatam, after reading, understanding Bhagavatam, I go and get married to enjoy my life. Bhagavatam is not teaching this. Anyone who's hearing the real purport of Bhagavatam, what Srimad Bhagavatam is doing? Renunciation. The mood of renunciation comes and develops. That's the real purport of Srimad Bhagavatam. Even though Gyan, Vairagya both goes together, but one comes to understanding of the essence, the sar, the essence of one's life. The Bhagavatam gives the mood of renunciation, Vairagya. Nigam kalpatarum galitam salam. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the scriptures, means essence of the Vedas. You see, that's the mood of Bhagavatam. Also, If by understanding Bhagavatam, one is developing, enjoying Srimad Bhagavatam or the purport of Bhagavatam, or is not hearing, reading with good intentions. Anyone who goes Bhagavatam, renunciation in the heart. Just like Gopidas Singh in Brahmar Geet, Yad Anuchurit Leela Karna Piyush Vipurat. Even once, if the topic of Krishna enters in someone's ear, what will happen to that person? Become renounced. Bhikshu Charjam Charanti. He becomes like birds, eating here and there, moving here and there, and just somehow surviving. If once. So the purport of reading Bhagavatam is not to make our desire get fulfilled. The purport of Bhagavatam is to make our desire unfulfilled. Means we have so many desires to enjoy, and seeing our sincerity and understanding Bhagavatam, a mode of renunciation comes, and Krishna don't fulfill our desires. That's the mercy of Krishna. That's the understanding of Bhagavatam. After understanding and speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, the desire comes, I want to get married. And if Krishna is obstructing and disturbing in that, no matter a person is trying very hard, but always getting refusals or some other case happen and marriage is not taking place, then a person thinks Krishna is very cruel, he's not Patit Pavan, he's not Dina Bandhu, he's not Karuna Sindhu. But actually, all these titles Krishna manifests that time. If a person is intelligent to understand what's happening in my life, he's Dina Bandhu, he's Karuna Sindhu, and see his Karuna. He's saving me, he's protecting me from getting engaged in this all the time, in that stress to maintain me and my family. So much energy is involved in that. Whereas how beautiful it is that if the whole energy is get engaged in the service of Krishna, in the mission of Mahaprabhu. Nothing like that. So the commentaries, the explanation of Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu, you see, you get so many people speaking Bhagavatam, very smooth Bhagavatam. And after hearing different effects, one effect is enjoying the world, other effect is renunciation from the world. If the renunciation is developing, that's the real purport of Bhagavatam. That's called association. And Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu was giving this association to Sri Vishwarup Prabhu, the elder brother of Mahaprabhu. And by associating with Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu, Vishwarup, he got sannyas. He took sannyas. He got renunciation. Because he understood the real purport of Bhagavatam. Seeing this, Sachi Mata became very upset. Advaita means one who is not envious. You are Dvaita. You are envious to me. Because of you, your association, my elder brother renounced me. So Sachi Mata spoke out of Vatsalya, out of affection, these words to Advaitacharya Prabhu. Mahaprabhu heard this And today, Mahaprabhu, when giving prema in the house of Shivas Pandit, he recalls that and he said, I will not give prema to my mother Sachi. Everyone was shocked. What wrong with Sachi Mata? She is Jagat Janani. That she is mother of the entire universe. What wrong? Then Mahaprabhu said, she offended Advaita Acharya. And only way is if she get the her offense towards Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Advaita Acharya can only be taken care of if she takes the dust from the lotus feet of Shri Advaita Acharya. Ah, so this pastime, everyone was so surprised. It took place in the house of Shivas Pandit. So Shivas Pandit, in other words, he he witnessed so many pastimes of Mahaprabhu and so many instructions of Mahaprabhu. And remember, days back when we were hearing on the appearance of Shivas Pandit, I think disappearing, what he said, Mahaprabhu got changed, transformed when he came back from Gaya. He's not he's not naughty as he was before. Now he became Bhavuk Nimai, very emotional. And seeing so much change, devotees in Navdeep Leela, in Navdeep pastime, sorry, in Navdeep associates but only Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu. When Mahaprabhu asked him, Advaitacharya Shiva Pandit is symptom of devotee. Everyone, they want these symptoms. Mahaprabhu said, only because of your word you saved my life, otherwise I would have drowned myself in the Ganges. You see the significance of Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu. Sorry. The significance of Shivas Pandit in the pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, other occasions, you see the pastimes are full in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Navdeep Leela, and all those pastimes happen in Shivas Pandit's house. When Sri Nityanand Prabhu and Mahaprabhu met for the first time, Mahaprabhu knew that Nityanand has arrived at Sri Nandacharya's house. You know, Mahaprabhu told devotees, one Mahapurusha has arrived in Navdeep. Go and check. Everyone ran in different directions and finding her, and they're searching, where is that Mahapurusha? Where is that Mahapurusha? They came back saying, oh, there is no Mahapurusha arrived in Navdeep. Then Mahaprabhu stood up, and all devotees following Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu knew where Sri Nityan Prabhu was hiding. And Nityan Prabhu was hiding there because he was thinking, if Mahaprabhu will recognize me and I'm hiding here, then I will believe. Then I will believe. And Mahaprabhu immediately went to Sri Nandacharya Bhavan at Ishodhyan. Mahaprabhu saw Nityan Prabhu saw Mahaprabhu, and they both, Nitai, Nitai, Nitai. Mahaprabhu ran to embrace Nityanand Prabhu. And Nityan Prabhu understood, oh, Nimai is Krishna. So the meeting of two Ishas, two lords, took place. That's why this place is known as Isho Udyan. Udyan means garden, and Isho means two Ishwars, two lords. Means Mahaprabhu and Nityan Prabhu met together. That's Mayapur Dham. So Mahaprabhu knew that Nitai had arrived at Sri Nandacharya's house. And so he went there in the company of the devotees. In order to reveal Nityanand's glories, he had Shivas Pandit recite a verse from Bhagavatam. Very famous verse, everyone knows that. Mahaprabhu asked, Shivas, can you recite that verse? describing the beauty of Krishna. And Shivas Pandit said, Varaha Nakarnika Kanakapisham Vajantim Sa Malam Randhaya Venu Adhar Sudhaya Purna Gopavindai Vindaramanam Swapadaramanam Pravishata Gita Kirtihi. Krishna, whose glories are sung by those cowherd boys, means those sakhas, when they're coming back with Krishna, when Krishna is bringing cows back after grazing, and all sakhas are praising Krishna. Today Krishna did this, today Krishna did that, today Krishna killed this demon. And Krishna is dressed as beautiful like a dancer, Natvar Vapoho, dressed as a dancing performer. And what is his beauty? A peacock feather on his head and Karnika flowers in one ear, this ear or that ear, and Pitambar on his body, golden cloth. And Vajanti Malam, and he's wearing that Vajanti Mala, five color flowers mala. As soon as Shri Nityan Prabhu heard this verse, he fainted, and all eight ecstatic symptoms appeared on his body. Mahaprabhu, whose name is Vishwambhar, Vishwambar means one who nourish the entire universe. He immediately claps Nityanand Prabhu. And in this way, everyone saw the glories of this Mahapurusha, Shri Nityanand Prabhu, through Shivas Pandit. Because after reciting this verse, everyone understood the glories of Nityanand Prabhu. Oh, just by hearing this one verse from Bhagavatam describing the beauty of Krishna, just by hearing this is happening to Nityananda. Everyone got to know the glories of Shri Nityanand Prabhu. But who became cause of this? Shivas Pandit. And that's why Mahaprabhu became very pleased with Shivas Pandit. Another day, Mahaprabhu indicated, very soon this Guru Purnima is approaching, July 23rd. We worship Guru Purnima is appearance day of Shri Vyasadev, and this is a day of all. But who is original Vyasa? Even though it's appearance of Shri Vyasadev, who is Shakta Vishavatar of Krishna, Shakta Vishavatar means when a special potency infused in a liberated soul is known as Shakta Vishavatar. So Mahaprabhu had this desire. He wished to perform that Vyas Puja ceremony for Nityananda because Nityam Prabhu is Akhand Guru Tattva. Mahaprabhu has so much regard for Shri Nityanand Prabhu, and therefore he wants to perform puja ceremony for Nityananda. And where he decided, let us do in Shivasangam, in the house of Shivas Pandit. So this desire of Mahaprabhu, when devotees they heard this desire, they start preparing, and preparations for it were made at Shiva's house. On that festival evening of the ceremony, Mahaprabhu, there was so much kirtan everywhere. Everyone was singing Mahamantra and bhajans. Mahaprabhu became so much absorbed in ecstasy. Mahaprabhu himself became absorbed, and he revealed in that absorption that Nityanand is not different from Balram. I mean, he is Balram, not different. Uh, mean to say, not different, but oh, Nityanand is Balram, Nityanand is Balram. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is calling out, Nara, Nara, Nara. What does it mean, Nara? Nara means Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Nada means, the word Nada is a Bengali word, which means one who makes something shaking. So Mahaprabhu used to address Advaita Acharya Prabhu as Nada. That means Mahaprabhu is saying, Mahaprabhu said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nada Hunkare, that there is one word. Suti Yachi, I don't remember the verse right now. He said, I was very happily sitting on my throne, but with a roaring sound of Nada, means Advaita, he shook my throne and he made my descent by his prayers. How Mahaprabhu descend? By the prayers of Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Yeah. So on the following day, as Sri Nityan Prabhu started to perform Vyas Puja, because everyone was there, Sri Nityan Prabhu was also there. Mahaprabhu wanted Sri Nityan Prabhu to get glorified or get worshipped by everyone because he is Akhand Guru Tattva. And all incarnations they manifest from Sri Nityanand Prabhu. Mahaprabhu wanted to worship Nityan Prabhu. Okay. But Sri Nityan Prabhu was presiding this ceremony. And as Sri Nityan Prabhu started to perform the Vyas Puja, what he did, there was a flower garland on a tray, on a plate, and Sri Nityan Prabhu, he took this garland and offered on Mahaprabhu's neck. Mahaprabhu immediately gave Nityanand a vision of what he gave the vision of Amom, Shadbhuj Roop. Shivas Pandit was actually, he was playing the role of like a priest of that ceremony. And he placed the garland in the hands of Sri Nityan Prabhu and told him to offer to Vyasadev because this is Vyas Purnima, the appearance of Vyasadev. And Shivas Pandit started chanting mantras. But Sri Nityan Prabhu put his garland on Mahaprabhu's head instead of putting to Vyasadev. At the end of Vyas Puja, Mahaprabhu ordered the devotees to engage in kirtan, and as the holy names were being sung, Mahaprabhu and Shivas Pandit and all other devotees, they start dancing in ecstasy. So much dancing. And at the end of the completion of Vyas Puja, because completion can only take place when there is Sankirtan. Without Sankirtan, everything is incomplete. With Sankirtan, everything is complete. Even when we do Yajna, we end up by Yajna by Harinam Sankirtan. Mahaprabhu ordered the devotees at the end of Vyas Puja, Sankirtan, Mahaprabhu ordered devotees to engage in Kirtan, and as the holy names were being sung, he himself asked Shivas Pandit for prasadam. Shivas Pandit brought prasad. Mahaprabhu, with his own hands, is distributing prasadam to all the devotees who were present there. And not only all the devotees, but even to the servants of Shivas Pandit. Everyone felt they are so fortunate to receive prasadam from the lotus hands of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mm. When Mahaprabhu saw that how Shivas is so much devoted to Sri Nityanand Prabhu, you see, Mahaprabhu always dancing in the courtyard of Shivas Pandit, he never became so excited. But seeing that how Nityanand got so much praise and worship by Shivas Pandit, Mahaprabhu blessed Shivas Pandit, saying, may Lakshmi, means Fortune, would remain forever in your house, and that even the dogs and cat of his home would have enduring devotion for the Lord. You see this Mahaprabhu's uh, announcement, Mahaprabhu's uh, uh, prediction, you see, or announcement. Seeing that how Shivas is given so much respect to Nityananda, I bless. May Lakshmi always reside in your house. For the dogs and cats of the house of Shivas Pandit, they're very dear to me. It's not that they have dogs and cats, but this is an expression that even dog and cat of Shiva's house is very dear to me, and even they will get bhakti. They endure bhakti, endure with devotion. This is a blessing Mahaprabhu gave. Once upon a time, Mahaprabhu asked Shivas Pandit, hey Shivas, whole day and whole night I'm in your house. I don't see you go out to work. How are you maintaining and sustaining your family? And Shivas Pandit answered Mahaprabhu by three clapping. One, two, three. Mahaprabhu didn't understand this answer. So Shivas, what do you want to say? I asked you one question and you clapped three times. What is the meaning? Shivas Pandit said, Mahaprabhu, if anyone think that I am the doer or I am the maintainer of my family or society or country, that person is ignorant. That person is ignorant. Whereas the truth is, you are the one who maintain and sustain everyone. Your name is Vishwambhar. You maintaining infinite universes, not the survival, food, water, air, etc., but maintaining them by giving them prema, the love of God, love of Krishna. He said, but what is the meaning of three clapping? Shivas Pandit said, I will wait for one day if food will come to me. I'll wait for another day if the food will come to me. I will wait for the third day if the food will come to me. And if for third, even for third, if there's no food, then I will assume that you want to kill us. And for that, I don't want to give you any trouble. I will hang water pots, earthen water pots in my neck and in my family neck, and we will all go and drown ourselves in Ganga. Because if 3 days food will not come, that means it's sure you want to kill us. And Mare Krishna Rakhe Ke, Rakhe Krishna Mare Ke. If Krishna wants to kill, who can survive? Who can protect? Sorry. If Krishna wants to save, then who can kill us? So I will not give you any trouble in killing us. I will understand your indication that you want to kill us. So better, me and my family will jump into Ganga. Hearing these words of Shivas Pandit, Mahaprabhu was surprised. What do you think, Shivas? What do you think? not appropriate. Tears flowing from the eyes of Mahaprabhu Singh Shivas. Even Lakshmi, who is goddess of fortune, the deity of wealth, even if that Lakshmi has to go door to door begging alms, but there will be never any scarcity of anything in your house. Lakshmi, she has to go and beg alms, but there will be no scarcity in your house. Even a dog and cat of your house is very dear to me. In ecstasy. So, in this video, so many glories of Shiva's Pandit. We can understand how close is Shiva's Pandit to Mahaprabhu. How close is Shri Advaitacharya Prabhu to Mahaprabhu. How close is Shri Gadadhar Pandit, and Nityanand is his life. And Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Mahaprabhu cannot survive without them. So, what is the significance of Panchtattva and all? We will hear tomorrow. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai.